Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new Elkeson card that came out today. Probably not saying that right, but we're going to call him Elkeson, okay? I actually took a look at this guy's stats and characteristics, and, he actually looks pretty usable, so we're going to see how this card plays out in-game. Do you have any traits? He doesn't have any traits. Oh, that sucks, but it is what it is, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a look at a card that is 5'11" with high medium work rates, 4-star skill moves, and a 4-star weak foot. So, I mean, he's already in the usable range, right? 4-star is always great. High medium, decent height. Now it's just a matter of improving his dribbling as much as possible if the stats are not up to par, right? So, when we take a look at this card, he has 99 acceleration with 88 sprint speed. So it's important because if he's playing the striker position, he has the acceleration to aggressively get into the position right away, and then the sprint speed is not really relevant unless they're always pushing to the sides, which I don't prefer to have anyways. We're going to experiment with which instructions are best suited for this card. In regards to his shooting, his base card stats actually look pretty solid. So, if you give him something like the sniper chemistry style to make his dribbling more responsive, he's going to have 99 finishing with 99 shot power, 92 composure with a 4-star weak foot, right? So, couple of cool things to consider there as well. He actually has some pretty solid base passing stats as well. You could actually potentially give this guy an engine chemistry style to boost his balance as much as possible, as well as his other dribbling stats, because 87 composure would actually be pretty solid on this card as well. But, boosting the finishing as much as possible is an ideal situation, because I think people would probably decide that for a second. Marksman is the second one. No, I think he needs the balance boost. Yeah, I think he needs the balance boost personally, as well as a composure boost. It's always a welcome thing to increase composure as well. But yeah, dribbling stats for base card stats, they look good. You need to try it out, obviously, right? But he also has 93 stamina with 90 strength. Does he have a big body type in game? I need to actually check that. He's a stocky body type in game. So someone who has a 5'11 height, stocky body type. Stocky body type could influence his dribbling responsiveness. We have to check that out as well, right? But I mean, like, dudes, this card, I don't even think this card's expensive. I think this card is like 37k. So this is obviously a concept card. 37k, this is literally what Rafael Leão's card should have cost, right? Because look at this thing in comparison to Rafael Leão. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, this is okay. The price range for a concept card like this is fine. So, yeah, guys, the way that we're going to be lined up is the typical pressure on heavy touch, right? We're going to use balance for the attack. In regards to where he's going to be positioned, he's going to be positioned in the striker spot. We're going to have Ruud Gullit playing in the cam position with Gattuso playing in the CDM position. And then Elkeson will be on... We'll tell him to just stay forward. Yeah, we'll just tell him to stay forward. I just want to see how he moves, right? Get into the box for these two. These guys are on stay back while attacking, cover center. Stay back while attacking for both of the fullbacks. And we'll basically take it from there. Yeah, so that should be perfect. So... I'm kind of excited to try out the card. It's a concept card that has good stats, so we'll see how he plays in game. Hopefully he is a beast. Yeah, this should be a good team to test him out against. Oh, look at those flashbacks. Nice team, dude. A full Brazilian squad. He's literally missing one more Brazilian player. He could have used Joe if he got that card, but I like his positioning so far and stay forward. He actually was starting to utilize empty space right there really quickly, so that's pretty solid. Okay. Run upwards? Oh, okay. I didn't expect... I mean, I do want the higher tier striker cards to do that constantly. He's running to the side over there, so he starts making a run instantly. This card's going to be very strange. I have to experiment with him a little bit more. I can't get my nose on it right away. It's not one of those cards, Okay, I'll make this pass. Okay, so he's one of the guys that pushes to the side a little bit, which is completely fine. He goes back into the middle really nicely. A play off of Gullit here. Ball roll touch. Off to the cam. Of course, he has to do a huge skating, ice skate move to freaking just control the ball like a normal person. I wasn't even using the left stick there. I just wanted to stop in place. Good little defensive play right there. Dribbling. Ooh, dribbling kind of nice, actually. Nice. Good off the ball movement, man. Yeah. That was really good. He actually seems really fun for 30 something K, guys. He's not bad at all, man. I'm actually enjoying this card. That's the important thing there, right? Is obviously when they push from the sides into the middle position, right? Like if they're gonna push the sides at all, I just need them to go into the middle instantly. You know what I'm saying? So I wish Raphael Leão felt like this because this card actually feels nice. He seems to have like a decent physical presence as well because of the stock that he has. His stock doesn't really feel like it's heavily influencing his responsiveness in regards to dribbling. Like, you feel it a little bit for sure, but it's not like super heavy, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so Hullet will make that run. Witzel just being a beast that he is. Play to the CDM position, first time pass, good positioning by him. How does he play off of this? Makes that run but stops. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's exactly what I want you to do. Shot from that angle? Oh, block from David Luiz. See the runs you make here. Do you make a run here? No, you stick to position, which is perfectly fine. Runs in that situation, though. He's not completely stagnant, right? Like, Raphael Leão, that card didn't move at all, but, like, this guy at some point will move if your attack rotates a certain way, which is really good. You can see, like, even in that situation, he starts doing it, right? Which is really good. Little shielding there. Doesn't really... See, once I shield and dribble, I need him to trigger that run right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the empty space. You got to go into it instantly, right? He does it over there, right? You see how it's very important for attackers to play off of your dribble once you take that specific touch? Some players are just really, really good off the ball where they just go into it instantly, right? A little bit of a drag touch right there, which I don't like, but gameplay obviously influences that as well. Skill moves actually come off nicely. I feel like the body type that he has in game actually kind of helps with his physical presence as well, right? Like, very, very important. Like, left stick dribbling was there. Over there was pretty solid. Almost got that ball through there, too. Try a shot from that angle. Ah, off balance there. So regardless of composure, in a position like that, still kind of goes off balance right there. Instantly makes a run there again. I feel like because he actually makes these runs, like, they're not special runs by any means, but it actually makes the card usable. You know, like, I wish when I was using Raphael Leão's card, he did the same thing, but he felt more stagnant, right? So the way that this card is moving, he actually feels like you could actually use him in this game, you know, like, because he's not super stagnant, which is great. Because any instruction you give cards like this, they're going to follow really well, right? I'm just going to switch him to just stay central, though, because I want to see if he makes better runs on stay central. Because you know how some strikers are kind of like that, where if you force the stay central instruction on them, they make the runs to the sides, but then instantly go back into the middle because that's the instruction you set on them. I want to see if he plays that a little better. It might be a situation where I tell him to stay central, get him behind, but then it might be a little bit too linear for the card. I don't like telling my strikers to get him behind personally, but to each their own, right? So let's try him out on stay central. Okay, you play off the left and right attacking mids right there. You make that forward run. You come back. Yeah, he positions himself okay there. He's not super fast in regards to getting himself back into position or the way that he should be positioned. I don't know if you guys ever used, like, freaking Vardy's card, for instance. Like, Vardy's dribbling is very weird. Like, it's just because of his base characteristics. But his off-the-ball movement is freaking brilliant, man. The way that he pushes space and then understands that he shouldn't be in that space anymore and then goes into another space is amazing, right? So he's not on that level, but he does move, you know? Like, he can do stuff like this, make that run right there, actually feel like he's doing something. Understands that he's kind of out of position. A little bit late, but still does it regardless, right? Nice. Plays off of the cam really nicely right there. Obviously not a FIFA finish, so have to do better there. But, yeah, in the stay central, he's playing pretty nicely right now, actually. Always constantly moving, which is great. And then he utilizes that space there, which is fantastic. Drag backs, a little bit of dribbling right here. Physical body type is very, very noticeable. Obviously, in that situation, it's fair for his defender to pick that out Um, but yeah, I mean, like, dudes, for the price that this guy is, right? Like, this is what I call a concept card. Like a fun concept card. Like, they give him stats that actually make sense to the meta of this game so that he's actually usable from the upgrades that he gets. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I expect most of the cards to be like. So physical there again. We'll just shield because I won't be able to dribble that quickly. I am noticing that his body type does influence his dribbling a little bit more as I'm playing with him. He feels like when he's under pressure, that's when his body type really shows. But movement like that's really good. I can't believe it didn't pass the striker right there. But it's this game, you know? Alright guys, so for the last, I would say like 20-ish minutes, let's just play more seriously and see what's up. Yeah, dribbling is a little bit more noticeable right there. It's a little bit more sloppy. At first impressions, it wasn't too bad, but he didn't really have the pressure on him, right? But it is a little bit more noticeable. Regardless of gameplay, you can still feel it out with these cards. You see what I'm saying? Like, you do a through ball, it always goes to the goalkeeper. Just a simple one. Like, I just want to push it a little bit ahead. Always goes to the goalkeeper. It's such a huge, like, flaw in this game. Nice. At least he does okay there. I am noticing the dribbling still being a little bit off. A little bit sluggish, but, I mean, again, you can work with this card at least, because he at least moves, you know? He's not super stagnant. Alright guys, so final verdict on the card. By the way, guys, when it comes to me reviewing like strikers and attackers, I often see a lot of the times people saying, oh, why don't you take more specific shots with certain players and whatnot, with his weak foot, this and that. Guys, the shooting in this game is very, very generic, right? Like, it's either you score or you don't. Like, these players that have 99 finishing, 99 shot power, it's still going to be super random if you don't take the consistent shots, right? Near post from certain angles, how close the goalkeeper is approaching you, unless you do the ball roll touch and stuff. Like, you have to shoot in FIFA ways for the consistency to be a thing. And you don't really require finishing to be that high. It's more like shot power. And then if the finishing is at like an 87, then you just do those specific shots that are consistently going in. I really don't feel like if I use specific players, their finishing is better from certain angles because it's inconsistent anyways, right? So that's why I don't really test it too much. When it comes to attackers, midfielders, and whatnot, I need to analyze off-the-ball movement and how they feel on the ball in regards to whether or not they're usable. Because even in my Foot Champs highlights of my FC Porto squad, you guys saw the way that I was playing. It was mostly specific to shots that are more consistently going in, the way that I'm kind of like building up the play, right? So in regards to this card, guys, I think it's fair, man. 37K for a concept card, right? I think with SBCs like this, you can put a bunch of untradables in and get a 90 rated team of the season card so that you can trade in towards some SBCs in the future. But is he specifically usable? Yes. With the sniper chemistry style, the dribbling stat increases are definitely a welcome one. Does he necessarily need the finishing boost? Not really, because unless you're, like I said, guys, if you're not doing those specific shots, it doesn't really matter. If you give him an engine chemistry style, boost his dribbling that much, while also having 87 composure and 93 for sprint speed and passing boost, I feel like that would already be good enough on the card, because that balance boost with a plus 10 would be very, very helpful because of his stock in game. He's a pretty stockish dude, kind of like reminds me of like a Wayne Rooney build, right? So it would be beneficial to improve that as much as possible. I think the 89 finishing would be perfectly fine. It's actually interesting because he could actually make a potential good cam as well. Like, he's obviously there for sentimental or for concept squads, but then he's also there for SBC fodder if you guys want to do it. But he's definitely more usable than someone like Rafael Leão. Like, Leão's card really disappointed me, and I think it's because he has like medium work rates. But at least the high medium on this card with the 92 attacking positioning, at least he actually does something on the pitch. So whatever instruction I actually give the card, he'll at least provide something for me, right? So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.